Don't Sports Talk worldwide. It's the news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, I got a little news from the heavyweight division. It's your boy David Haye and your other boy Tony Bellew. Now it's been going back and forth. We didn't think the fight would happen. It seems to be getting closer now. They starting to talk a little dates. December 10th, December 17th. It seems like this can be possible to happen. It seems to be getting a little closer. I thought it was far away because we were talking the last week before. David Haye we're not on the same page. And weeks before that, Tony Bellew was saying the same thing. Basically, well, in this fight, he is going to be the A side, which means he's going to dictate the terms. He's not going to be taking chump change. And with David Haye's ego, be able to deal with that. Because that's what it's all about. Now you lost. So Bellew's in charge here. Right? Even though your Achilles was done. You're out there fighting with one leg for all of those rounds, and I don't even know why you didn't have to do that, but I understand, those other fights, putting out that pinky toe. So Haye had something to prove, so he did it. So at the end of the day, I think this fight is the logical fight for both of these guys right now. They might as well go ahead and do it. It's going to sell in England, which is one real good reason to do it. From Tony Bellew's perspective, if he's going to stay at the heavyweight division, he's already stated to guys he ain't trying to fight no real big guys. So he's ruled some out. He'll get with Joseph Parker maybe, a little something like that, some dudes that, he can reach, So, and David Haye, okay, he see I could beat David Haye. So, and get paid handsomely to do so. So from his perspective, that's a good fight. I don't think you should be trying to go back to cruiserweight. He's probably not going to get paid doing nothing. And you definitely ain't getting in that cruiserweight tournament. Better not mess around and get in that. So I'm just saying, it's a good thing for him to be fighting David Haye. It's the ideal situation, especially if he could be the A side in the negotiations. Now, as far as David Haye goes, first of all, if you want any big fights, you shouldn't even put Anthony Joshua or anybody else in your mouth right now. To get those big fights and his credibility back, David Haye has to do away with Tony Bellew. You got to do that. The guys, if you ask talking about fighting bigger guys than him, you're going to have to be able to do that. Now, I think David Haye can do that. I think David Haye is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous to anybody. And I have to always state, if everybody was the same size, David Haye beating everybody. But they're not. Heavyweight division, that's the difference. After 200, you can beat 350 pounds. Man, Drill Miller, man, you can hit him about 18 times. He can hit you once and it's over. It's a discrepancy in size in that heavyweight division. That's why it's such a special division, because people be 20, 30, 40 pounds apart. And these guys like David Haye, and even Deontay Wilder to a certain extent, they're going to keep hurting themselves because they're hitting these big old craniums with a lot of force. That's not going to be good for too long. So my point about David Haye is, can he stay healthy? He's thinking his Achilles is going to be okay. That's a hard injury to come back from, but he seems to be doing okay. Says jumping on one leg. Cool. But, his body breaks down at this heavyweight division. I think this weight's just a little bit too much for him. Who knows? But I'm going to tell you this. If he's healthy, he is a problem for anybody. I'm pretty sure every heavyweight would tell you that in terms of accuracy, elusiveness. You can't hit him. And, the haymaker is there. But you don't ever think that's what he's only trying to do. Because that haymaker, he's going to throw that big right hand. But when he comes back up out of there, he's bringing that left hook back up out of there with a vengeance. Ask Kovalev. Right? Everybody ain't shaking big old Nikolai Kovalev. This little old bitty dude who was smaller back then did. So he has some power in those blows. But let's just see how this turns out. I'm just glad to hear this getting close because, like I said, I think it's the logical fight for both of these guys. They might as well go ahead and, and let it happen. But here's another thing about this fight, though. When I think of it, it has a lot of little tendencies, characteristics of Andre Ward versus Kovalev, that situation, right? Because it's very, very similar. Very similar, if you can feel where I'm going with that. It's very similar. Before Andre Ward and Kovalev, Ward coming up in weight, hey man, you sure you want to mess with the Crusher? You sure you want to mess with the Crusher? Not knowing that Ward comes up in weight and beats a Sullivan Barrero, who was Kovalev's mandatory and an undefeated Cuban. And I told you, when those two words are in a sentence, that means something. Undefeated Cuban in one sentence means beware. That's what that means. He comes up and beat this guy, had him on the ground, beat him convincingly. People were like, well, I guess Barrera ain't nothing. Instead of, hey, the dude who ain't lost since he's 12 years old, he's something. That's what that is. But it didn't it didn't resonate like that. Anyone fought somebody easy. I'm just saying, this is very similar. He wasn't supposed to be able to deal with the Crusher up there in weight when he got to Sergei Kovalev. The Crusher. He was, scaring people at that time. So Ward was the underdog and was supposed to get knocked out, right? And most people thought he was going to get knocked out. So he didn't get knocked out, had a close fight. Right? It's similar. Then in the second fight, came in, just basically showed him and demolished him that it wasn't a mistake. That's shades of this Bellew and David Haye, because David Haye was supposed to knock Bellew out. That's what was supposed to happen, wasn't it? Now, we say, well, his Achilles went out. Yeah, it sure did. After round 6. But Bellew was hanging in there up until round 6 and had taken some blows that you don't really take from David Haye. He was taking some blows. So I know Bellew is drawing confidence from knowing, yeah, well, the first 6 rounds may have been 4-2 to Haye, but it wasn't like he was dominated totally. I had taken some of his power, and he knows that. So I'm pretty sure he's totally confident in his thing, just like Ward was. So there's definitely shades of that coming in there, so let's beware. But I don't really care. I just want to see it happen. I like both of the guys, to be honest with you, and play the best man win in this one. Double Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm about to hit y'all.